challenge level. Jim, do you have taco in your mouth right now?
Yeah.
What? No.
There's going to be...
I was just checking.
We're going to be on taco watch this entire fucking episode.
Taco watch happening.
Why would I have taco in my mouth?
Because you fucking...
I have
right
a
when
burrito in my hand, but not in my mouth right now.
You waited for the call to start. Like you didn't take everything out of the bag before.
I didn't want to keep you guys waiting anymore.
Oh my
The
god!
crinkly ASMR paper noises we heard before we started recording.
Oh, God, it was bad. It was
step
really
above.
bad. All right,
That
I
was
got
much
like
further away from the microphone than last time.
Yeah. Yeah.
And my gain is also at a reasonable level.
At an
now.
appropriate level.
yeah.
You guys, I want to say this.
What's up? Yeah.
I made it perilously far into spooky season before I got my required seasonally appropriate treat. And so today, I have to eat sufficient amount of candy corn that it makes me feel nauseous. That's how you judge a serving size of candy
for me,
corn.
it's literally any candy corn.
Well,
Yeah.
Jim, it's because your body has betrayed you.
Yeah, your body isn't that hip to the sugar
in a
jive.
variety of ways, but the least of which in this case is diabetes. Most of it is just my tongue working properly.
Don't
Also
say
that.
that. Candy corn are delicious. And in
They're
this
the
house,
best candy.
we do not allow slander of the corn.
In this house, we obey the laws of thermodynamics.
We Children of the Corn means candy corn. The candy is
Yeah,
silent.
it means the kids, the children of the true children of the corn are the kids. Never mind.
No, you wanna make another pass at that, Mom?
Yeah,
No,
hold
you're,
on.
You're good.
Hold on.
You're done.
No. Hold on, wait.
Okay.
Red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow leather.
The true children of the corn are the children who know and appreciate candy corn.
There
They
we
are my
go.
people.
Yes.
It is really important to not get too many pumpkins, though. They're so powerful.
I fucking love pumpkins.
No, they're great. But if I had it like in a handful of mix, you know?
Yeah,
Oh.
that's right. Yeah.
Candy
if there's-
pumpkins are even more powerful. than
Candy
candy.
pumpkins
Yeah,
are so
they're
good, dude.
They're so good, but they're
Oh
so
my
powerful.
God.
So in like you scoop up a
Extremely
little
powerful.
They are potent.
little handful, you like one pumpkin in there.
Yeah. Should we talk about this stupid fucking show now?
My
What should we-
favorite dog client has a
Oh my God.
a candy corn like stuffed chew toy.
Oh, that's
When
awesome.
when he bites it, and it has vampire teeth also.
That's very
That's
cute.
amazing. I love that.
It's like a real Halloween smorgasbord. Candy corn. It's got vampire teeth. It
Damn.
squeaks. Like it's what more could a dog want in his life? Honestly,
I wish that was
Not much.
a human toy, but it was made of actual candy corn, and then I could eat it
With a squeaker in the
and
middle.
then it also
with a
squeaks.
squeaker in the middle. You know, fucking blow pops, but instead of bubblegum, it's a squeaker.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
100%.
Yeah.
But yeah,
100p.
we can get trekking. You had to watch a lot of
I did have to watch a lot in a short amount of time. I did
Yeah.
actually before we properly introduce ourselves. I will say this: I legit had to put the show on 1.5 speed to make sure I got it done, and that was kind of funny. But some of my notes kind of thin out toward the end.
I just got to sprint. That is how I felt at the end. You know? It
Yeah.
was like we just
You
gotta.
just gotta get this done and move on.
I
with
had
our
to
lives.
I had to remember to breathe in through my nose and out through my mouth to get all the blood oxygenated, and keep
Yeah.
going. Yeah. Deep breaths. But anyway, we should probably do the intro now.
Yeah.
So, hi everybody, I'm Matt.
I'm Matt's mom.
I'm Matt's friend.
And this is Riverdale Runs Through It. It's a podcast of pep. And usually, it's a podcast where my mom and my friend Jim watch the seminal classic, not at all touched by eldritch horror show Riverdale. and then, or sorry, they endure it. I have to get that vocab down. They endure the show Riverdale and then tell me about it. But this week, we are done with season 4, and now I have watched said season, or the back half of said season. So now it's time for me to just kind of go insane. It's that time of year, folks. So I've watched season 4, episode 11, all the way to season 5, episode 3, because there was some very, I would say the word is unprecedented events that happened at the end of season 4, which made it impossible to finish the show in one season. So, yeah, that's kind of what's happening this time.
Yeah.
Which I have to say it every time. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, we're not going to make you say talk about what happened on the last episode, because you got to talk about what happened in the last, 14 episodes?
Yeah, so I will get there. That's just moving a little farther in the time slot.
Yeah.
That recap.
I know we need to be focused.
Uh-huh.
But can we do just like a really random and wild aside?
Sure.
Okay. Two facts have been haunting my brain recently, because
we
are. It will be past spooky season by the time this
is actually coming out. This is actually coming out on Halloween tomorrow.
Oh,
hot damn!
Really?
Yeah.
I thought we were like a week ahead or so.
No, we're not.
Nope. Didn't stick to that.
Yeah, but okay. So these are two great Halloween themed facts. One is we know we talk about eldritch horrors and how Lovecraft kind of gave rise to that eldritch horror thing, right? And he has a story where he talks about like this guy going down to the beach with cheese crackers. And them shits was Cheez-Its. Cheez-Its existed at the time.
Cheez-Its
Need some Cheez-Its.
Yeah.
You know, the made with real cheese?
Yeah, made with real cheese. So like the red and orange box, that's what this motherfucker was carrying down to the beach to look for Cthulhu with.
Shit, yeah.
Holy shit. I love it. Okay.
And the other thing is just to remind you all that Edgar Allan Poe was born in Boston and probably had that accent.
Oh, shit. Ah!
Oh, no.
Oh, that one hit me harder than the Lovecraft Cheez-Its thing. Oh, God.
Oh, I can't even. I was trying to do Quoth the Raven. And
Oh, God.
Hold on. Okay. Hold on. I'm going to drag this aside out a little more, because I'm going to pull up the Raven.
It's worth it. It was once upon a midnight dreary while I pondered weekend.
Once upon a midnight dreary. Once I pondered weak and weary. There came a knocking at my door.
My chamber door.
My chamber door. Something heard a rapping. Quote the Raven nevermore.
Oh my God! Happy Halloween, everybody!
Christopher Walken there, really quick.
Yeah.
It's hard. Okay. It's tough to do. But it's just important to remember.
Fuck. That sucks. But also is so great.
It makes it a lot less spooky.
Over many a quaint and curious volume of forgotten lore. Because that's not Boston. Boston. Packy kind of have it yard. As someone gently rapping at my chamber door, 'tis some visitor. I'm not gonna do this. Never mind.
It makes me think of the JFK song.
Damn, that's a long fucking poem. Sorry. All right.
Yeah, it's the whole thing.
Yeah.
Most magnificent computer of them all, and women are even cooler.
God damn it. So anyway, also just to give people some context, I'm going to be really kind of just chomping at the bit through this episode, mainly because I'm going on an international trip, and my flight leaves at 10 p.m. and we are recording this at 3 p.m.
Wait, so we gotta leave at 10 p.m.
tonight? Yes.
Yeah, on an international flight, so we gotta.
Yep. So we're gonna burn through it. There might not be a lot of bits in this one, but
are you saying that you're leaving on a jet plane?
Yep.
But he does know when he'll be back again. I feel like that Edgar Allan Poe bit is. We're gonna
that'll carry us.
Coast on that for a little bit.
We're gonna have to.
You didn't tell us that the trip that you're going on is an international punch camp.
It is an international punch camp. I'm going to be training Muay Thai in Thailand. So I'll really know what it feels like to be Archie Andrews.
E pluribus shin kick.
In E pluribus fucking rear elbow number 4. So, yeah, that's why this episode's energy is going to be just a bit off. Anyway, with that explanation aside, let's just fucking, I guess, get into it. So, we start all the way back. We slingshot back to Season 4, Episode 11, that fucking quiz show episode.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, God. Sorry.
Yep,
This whole thing is going to be me remembering how much this season sucked.
Because, I did that same thing in my notes. Forgot about the whole fucking rum thing, gang. That was, I totally forgot about that.
Oh, they made, like, weird maple rum.
Yep, they made weird maple rum. They said they just mixed it together, and that just can't be right.
And they marketed it to college students, which
that's
no one has
later.
ever done before.
Never.
No one's ever tried to sell a college student alcohol.
No, that's
Why would you think of that?
No, they're too young.
Yeah. Wow.
Just skimming through my notes, it like starts with the quiz show and the fucking Jughead monologue, and it's like everybody's excited for the quiz show except for Archie, and it's like, duh, he doesn't know what quizzes are.
He's never passed a quiz in his life.
He's never been in the same room as a quiz. But there's that like whole thing. In this one, I said that Brett laughs like a horse, and I don't really remember what I meant by that.
It's the teeth. I can tell you exactly what it is. It's the teeth.
Yep. This is also when Jughead tries to submit his Baxter Brothers story, and all of the shit that he says is just like one word off from the real thing, like in the world. So there's like the brown hood and Jarhead, and I did actually get very mad at that.
The
Look,
names
and he
and places
like
have been
Bison or
changed to
some
protect
shit.
the
It's
innocent.
Bison, yeah. It totally was. Then there was like the little aside with Kevin and Fangs, and Fang was like, I just wrote down in my note. Oh, thank you. But I wrote down in my notes, oh, sorry, Kev, I was just a little brainwashed. Can we still fuck? That was kind of the whole mood of that scene.
Yeah, that's kind of the vibe.
Yeah, that's the energy Kevin. That's the energy he brought to it.
Yeah. I also wrote down, I don't know where this came from in my brain, but I just wrote down that B-Double-Dubs was a smarmy Martian, which I don't know why those
You're
words
not
came
wrong.
together in my head, but
Yeah, no. Smarm is definitely his thing.
yeah, like, oh boy. Smarmalade? There we go. So, Paddington eating up all that Smarmalade. All right, there's also a lot of sledgehammers in that episode, because Betty goes and breaks her fucking dad's headstone, which I'm fairly certain is a crime. I feel it seems wrong enough to be a crime.
I mean,
Maybe
it's
it's not if
her
it's
dad's.
your own dad's.
I guess so. I guess if it's in your family, you can do whatever you want to it. And then this is also when the tickle ring begins. This
Oh,
episode,
God.
which absolutely disgusting. Not a fan. This is also there's
Couldn't
the scene.
it just have been porn?
It could
would
have been
fine
porn.
if it was porn.
Well, no, it couldn't have been because they're still in high school. So this is probably why.
It was worse than porn. It was tickling.
It was actually worse than porn. It turns out. But the reason I said there was a lot of sledgehammers in this episode was because Hiram comes into Le Bon Nuit to like raid it, and he just like opens up the secret cabinet with all the rum in it and is like, "This is all mine," and he decides to destroy it with a sledgehammer.
Yep.
Don't know really why that's a thing.
I don't own a sledgehammer.
I don't either. There's no
It's
reason for you to own a sledgehammer.
Same energy my mom used to bring to cleaning my room when I was at school.
Ah, interesting.
You know, if I ever came home from school
Your
and my
grandma
room was
does own a
clean,
sledgehammer.
I knew that she threw out so much shit I didn't want thrown out.
Mm-hmm.
All your porn.
Yeah,
Yep.
all of the porn I had in 5th grade.
Oh, when you said school, I thought you meant like college.
No.
Nah. I will also say there's like this is the beginning of the Maple Club like being the speakeasy thing, and they go and get Penelope in the mom bunker, and her burn scars are completely healed. The munker, but her burn scars are completely healed from there. Like there are no burn scars on her. The fucking munker healed her burn scars.
It's underground. It's got good air for sure.
Yeah. Oh, sure. Yeah. A lot of sunlight
in
too.
Munker doesn't just stand for mom; it stands for medical.
Ah, okay, gotcha. All the red cross on the bunker hatch got worn off over time. let's see. Oh, the fucking. This was also when Archie. I think this is when Daddy Uncle Frank comes into the picture.
Oh yeah.
Oh God!
And he has that tussle with former Keller at the construction site, and that fight scene was actually, I thought, pretty well choreographed. There was they were really getting into it. They really sold it.
I hope those two guys actually just hate each other and had a real fist fight.
Honestly, I would love that. I also
they both live in Vancouver full time. They're probably bros.
They probably are. And then I think the last...
They go down to the Vancouver bar and drink Vancouver beers.
There you go. I think the last good note that I have is Kevin hits Fangs with the Gucci Gucci Goo proposition. He brings him into the tickle ring.
That's just really good.
But yeah, also I forgot to say that, holy shit, nobody was lying about how the events in this show play out. I'm constantly surprised that the things that you say to me actually happen in this show.
Seems like they shouldn't, right?
It really seems like they should, but they do.
Yeah.
The next episode was Men of Honor, which was the duel episode, where Jughead and Brett go do a 3-round duel, which is an oxymoron. I think 3 times.
Well, the teachers are like, "Well, that's the rules of duels.
That's the rules of duels, baby."
You.
There's the sword fight, the bare knuckle brawl, and then chess. Which I said, if you're gonna have a sword fight and not prompt it with it's a fencing match with pads, with gear, there's no draw in a sword fight. That's kind of how it works. This is also the episode where fucking the other mercenary comes in and tries to kill Daddy Uncle Frank. So I totally forgot about the scene where he comes in and he's like, he got our old buddy got cancer and it really tore up his guts. He tore up his guts real bad. I'm so sorry to tell you like this.
He can't stop shitting.
He can't stop shitting. It's all bad. It's very, very. It was very funny because that was really the line. It tore up his guts. That's the real line that somebody had to say, trying to be emotional.
But seriously, and not as a
yeah.
It's also you take it a step further back. It's a line a bunch of people wrote and read in a room, and they all looked at each other and nodded and went, "Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah."
That'll really this will really put the emphasis on the tragedy of this situation, is saying the words, "It really tore up his guts."
It's also how your worst coworker refers to eating Taco Bell.
Yeah, oh man, I really got
you know how that terrible coworker you have thinks it's hilarious that he can't digest Taco Bell.
Yeah.
First of all, he should see a doctor because come on, man, your gut bacteria is just fucked. Mm-hmm. but he loves to tell you about how he can't digest Taco Bell.
Yeah, how he made a choice to go to a bad fast food place, and now he's going to poop himself to death.
Man, there is nothing wrong with Taco Bell. If you can't digest Taco Bell, I really think you should see a doctor.
I mean, you are digesting Taco Bell as we speak
literally right now.
It's not that hard.
It is not difficult.
But also, so this whole thing is the scene where Daddy Uncle Frank is attacked in the kitchen, and then Archie comes in and saves him, and he's like, "I forgot my phone." Which perfect line. Okay, little ray of sunlight in this absolute dog shit show. I also made a point to say that this fucking mercenary plot, he was like, "Yeah, Arch, I went into a private contract mercenary business," and it's like, this is needed. This is totally needed. And
you can't just be a little bit of a flake. That would be fine if you were just a little bit of a flake.
It would be so cool. You don't need a weird past that we need to dig up.
I mean, beans are reasonably high in fiber. I just don't.
Okay.
This continues to not make sense to me at all. God damn it. So frustrating.
This is also the episode where Betty and Jughead go and talk to Miss Chipping.
Senorita
Chips.
She hands over a trove of his papers.
Yep. In this scene, I've weirdly noticed that she put out way too much cookies and tea for like 3 people. She was like expecting more people, it seems like. Or maybe she was told that Jughead was coming and would eat all of her shit.
Jughead does like to eat stuff.
Well, he was homeless for a while,
He's been food insecure for a long time.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
And then so after that, the fencing match happens, and I swear to God, it could have been like 2 toddlers on shoulders. The way this was choreographed, I don't know why I honed in on the choreo for this fencing match, but it was like 2 kids with sticks. It was not. There was no like form taught. Which now that I'm saying it, they're just in high school. Like they're not supposed to know how fencing works.
But also, anytime there's a sword fight on a TV or in a movie or anything like that,
yeah,
I always mark when the 2 combatants are swinging at each other's swords. And neither of them is swinging a lethal blow that is being defended. They are both swinging at each other's swords, which is not useful.
You want to aim for the person
it always
holding the sword. Yeah.
Like, you're not trying to hit the other person's sword. You're trying to hit them in the guts.
Yeah, you're trying to fucking tear up their guts.
Exactly.
You're trying to do them in like Taco Bell.
Exactly.
Well, yes.
Make like Taco Bell and tear up their guts. That's how sword fights work. So,
and anytime a Jedi turns their back to their opponent to like do a big gigantic roundhouse swing, I'm just like, God damn it.
God, you're leaving yourself wide open.
Like, don't show your back to an enemy with a sword, you fucking idiot. That is a terrible idea.
Especially a fucking laser one, too. Jedis, come on. So this is also the episode with Katie Keene where Veronica goes to New York for some reason. Just to
Oh, yeah. She goes to New York to hear that Katie Keene's mommy is sick to prepare us for Hiram having nodes.
For Hiram having nodes. Daddy's got a disease. There's also the drawing out the ex-mercenary at the rec center, and then he's put in jail. And then he dies, I think. I think that's that whole thing. Also, I wrote down, as soon as Nick St. Clair came onto the screen, I just wrote in all caps, Nick St. Blah.
This fucking guy.
This fucking guy.
Yeah.
And then they also talked to Moose, and I was like, Moose, he's out of the warehouse.
Nick St. Clair was a more effective villain before we met B Double Dubs.
Yeah, he was.
The avatar of everything we hate about mediocre white men who think they're great. And he just can't hold up.
Yeah. I feel like Nick St. Clair walked so that B Double Dubs could run.
Yeah.
It seems like the logical progression. I also made a note that for this episode in particular, they took the warehouse by the ankles and shook it. Because they just everybody's showing up. And there's like a restraining order, and Betty is just like does not care. Then there was like an emotional scene. I can't remember what that was about. It was like maybe Archie and Daddy Uncle Frank being like, but you're my daddy uncle. You can't leave. And he's like, I have to. I gotta go fight bears.
He's gotta go dismantle a.
He's gotta go dismantle a fucking mercenary group. Yep. Then it goes to the boxing round, the bare knuckle boxing. And Mom, when you said Cole Sprouse had T-Rex arms, you were not lying.
I remember me trying to make you get your arms into that.
And yeah. And I was like, holy shit. I wrote down, someone please teach Cole Sprouse how to keep his guard up. He looks like he learned how to fight from Chef Boyardee, which I don't know what that means, but maybe it's because of the noodle arms. There it is. That's because he had noodle arms.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. They started that boxing round, and I was like, oh
no. God.
I feel like I could take Cole Sprouse, just having seen him act at boxing.
Oh, yeah. He's like, we're just fighting with our fists? Great. I'll keep them around.
Yeah, I should keep them near my ribs, right?
Right? Yeah, because those are the ones that hurt.
I'm going to keep my elbows way out to keep a lot of space around me.
Yeah. Like I'm in a mosh pit. I'm going to really keep my distance. So then that happens, and Jughead knocks B-Dubs out in one fell swoop, and that was sick. And then, oh boy, to the fucking fight scene because the mercenary escapes prison and goes after Archie, and there's that whole fight scene in the fucking bathroom where he rips a pipe out of the wall and stabs the dude with the pipe, and Kevin walks in and is like, what is happening?
What?
And then the mercenary keeps going, pulls the fucking pipe out of his shoulder, and like is gonna stab Archie with it, and then he gets brained by a fucking football trophy.
That scene was buck wild. I loved it.
It was buck wild.
What fun. Kevin's entrance really made that scene. It would have been a boring, normal fight.
Right, but then Kevin had to come in and perfect. Amazing.
Yeah, he had to like stand in for us in the what the fuck is happening right now.
Yeah. Yep. Then, oh boy. Oh, this was also the scene where they were trying to get the sex tapes that Brett had, and they like break into the fucking secret sanctum of this secret society, and no alarms go off. But as soon as they find the hidden compartment, Brett gets a fucking Apple Watch notification, and it's like, you gotta have more alarms than just the one secret sanctum.
He just like, popped an AirTag into that cubby.
Yeah,
their security is pretty fucked.
Yeah. But that was also during they like start the chess match in the classroom, and then they finish it in the secret sanctum, and then there's like a whole weird thing. But then like Jughead puts himself in checkmate and like goes back to fucking Riverdale High. But this is the episode before the murder. It's the end of the episode. This is where Daddy's got nodes. I think they said something about him like withering away, and I said Daddy's gonna shrivel up like a raisin.
He can't though, because raisins are soft.
Yeah.
Eventually they get really dry, and then they're incredibly hard.
Yeah. And then you can put them in bread, and they get I don't know.
Make it so dry for you.
So dry for you. Flatten out the raisins. And then this is also at the end of this episode is when they're like, "Oh, it's Donna, it's not Brett," and it's like, fucking duh. Absolutely
not smart enough to
nadoy.
Come up with a plan.
Yeah.
This big dumb idiot.
Oh, and here it is, season 4, episode 13, The Ides of March.
Stick a pin in exactly when it is, once a season.
Yep. It's just how it is. I actually do have a counter in my notes every time they said the Ides of March. They said it like 4 times.
I was gonna say, was it 3 or 4?
It's 4.
Yeah, it was at least 4. Yeah.
Also, so there's the whole thing. There's like the whole introductory scene where they show Hiram being sick because he's all shaky.
His hand shakes or something.
Yep, old daddy shaky hands.
Yeah, because that's what the nodes do.
Yeah. And then Jughead gets in trouble because his girlfriend was in the sanctum, and I wrote down it was like in the rules of the fucking secret society, like Mr. DuPont was like, it clearly states in the contract or whatever. And so I wrote down page 5, section B, subsection alpha, line 4, clearly states no girlfriends in the fucking sanctum, Jughead. No girls allowed.
Read the fucking rules.
Read the fucking rules.
Except for Joan and Donna.
But they're part of the thing.
They're not girlfriends. They're almost as good as born rich
They're
women.
gal pals.
Yeah, they're gal pals. And then we get 2 Ides of March counters.
They're the
right off the bat.
The members of the Leopards Eating Faces party that were like, oh, the leopards would never eat my face.
Yeah. This is the episode where Veronica tries to fuck and party all her feelings away. So there's like I think there's a scene where they like, oh, it's before the woods, but I just wrote down, I need a grubby place to get hard. Oh no, that's from Hiram's perspective, because he goes to the gym to work out, and he's like, I need a grubby place to get hard again. Because I'm so soft.
I mean, it also applies to
I guess
fucking
it does
Veronica
also
in the woods.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a double whammy.
Who doesn't need a grubby place to get hard?
Yeah. This is also the episode where Hermosa gets that white wig on and like tries to infiltrate the business. But they like catch it beforehand. So Tony and Cheryl try and like seduce her. And I wrote down, my partner and I saw you waving a blank check around from across the bar, and we really like your vibe. I thought that was pretty good. But this is actually this is the episode where he like gets in front of the council, and there's Brick Bridge instead of Stonewall, Jarhead, and Bison, and it's all bad.
Bison in particular gave me a rash.
Yeah, that really it was not good. But yeah. Also, I think there's like a scene
it's a different giant animal that you don't want to crash into in your car.
For sure.
Yeah, that idiots in national parks try to pet.
That's bad idea.
Oh, such a bad idea. Apparently Jughead did plagiarism, the most heinous crime a writer can commit. So the order of crimes in severity that a writer can commit, it starts with plagiarism and then goes to murder and tax fraud.
Step down murder.
And then, and then there's the scene where Veronica is like sneaking a flask into school, and Mr. Honey comes at her, and then Archie's like, "No, it's mine," which is dumb.
What a loyal little himbo he is.
Yep.
He's like, fuck it, I'm not graduating anyway.
Mm-hmm. And then Veronica tries to make it up to him by fucking him in the chemistry room, and he says something about Dr. Beaker coming in, and I said that Dr. Beaker was the substitute filling in for Dr. Bunsen. You know, the Muppets.
I see. They're both chemistry things.
1,000,000% forgot that it was Dr. Beaker. To the point that you said that, and I was like, I can't believe he just made that up.
No, I wasn't.
Yeah, no, that was real.
No, that was real.
Yeah, shit sucked. Then, the fucking wig snatch was so good. That fucking wig snatch was, mwah.
Oh,
art. When they like bring Hermosa back to the Maple Club, and Veronica's like, I know it's fucking you, Hermosa. Come on.
You think I don't know a cheap blonde wig when I see one?
Yeah, come on.
She has one of her own.
A wig and glasses. Try to steal my shit. Also, there's Hiram says something about awakening the dragon, and I'm like, a dragon with nodes. Like, come on. There's like a whole bunch of the vocab that they use in this show is so weird. Like throughout the entire thing, chums is used like way too often, like it's a normal thing to say. It starts with Nick St. Blah, but then it just like they're like peppered in, and I don't understand why.
I think it's just their tragically Canadian sensibilities.
It might be. I don't know if chums is a Canadian thing.
I just like to take any opportunity possible to reference Scott Pilgrim.
Maybe. There's the scene where Archie's about to sign over the construction company to Vic, but then he's like, no, I want to keep it. And I said that Archie was giving Vic blue nuts and bolts.
Okay, yeah.
I repeat, Archie better have given that fucking company to Vic.
Dude, I also
just
he gives it to
him.
He gives it to former Keller.
But then former Keller becomes a sheriff at the end. That's what I mean. At the end of this, like before he fucking gets on the bespoke army bus.
Yeah.
Yeah, the army bus that's just for him.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's I stand by the thing with the fucking. It's just it's the first stop. I think this is where we start to sow the seeds of like Archie not graduating, because there's the scene where he's in bed with Veronica and he's like, I don't know if I might just go to community college or like or do whatever. And so I have two notes back to back that's like, babe, I'm dumb, and then it's okay, babe, you're not dumb enough to fuck, and then they just fuck again. Also, the one good thing that comes, I feel like there's always one good thing to come out of an episode, and this one, I'm not sure if we talked about it when we were recording this specific episode, but when Jughead arrives at the party in the woods, Brett is dressed like Caesar, and he says, friends, Romans, countrymen, lend me your beers, while they're standing around a keg.
Maybe the one clever line.
And I was like, shit, that was so funny. I was really mad that I liked that. And then
that's how I feel anytime I like anything on this show.
Yep.
It's like, God damn it.
Mm-hmm.
They work so hard to utterly revile everything they do. And then here they made me laugh. Fuck.
Yeah, damn it. And then Donna is revealed to be like a whole mastermind. She like went to visit Evelyn Evernever at Shankshaw. But the only thing I got out of the scenes with her is that she never blinks and her eyes are so huge. I don't know why. I just wrote down that she has a chronic case of doll eyes. Like they're just always
really
open.
Does.
And it's just kind of unsettling. And then that's when the fucking murder happens. And now we're on to episode 14, which is How to Get Away with Murder. And right away, like, Jughead's dead, and then he's immediately narrating the episode. And it's like,
yeah,
you've already broken the fucking illusion.
Yeah.
Like, if you really wanted people to believe it, then fucking have Archie do it.
Have Betty narrate it.
Have
Their
Betty narrate it.
absolute failure to make the dead Jughead thing work, even for the 2 episodes that they try to make it work, is just an insult to the talent of TV writers everywhere.
Yeah.
It is
and
so
all of us.
fucking it is so fucking obnoxiously stupid and poorly mismanaged that the fact they even attempted it is an insult.
Yeah,
like they fucked it up so thoroughly at every level.
And
committed to it so hard, even though they fucked it up so bad.
So there's the scenes where everybody's getting home and they tell their parents different stories. And I just wrote down, like, they have to just think that they've been fucking. And they just kind of, I don't know, something went wrong. Like, Mom, God forbid that I came home from a weird party just in my underwear. And you were like, what the fuck happened? And I was like, we were playing strip hooker in the woods.
You'd be like, all right, put pants on.
All right, man. I got you a doctor's appointment for tomorrow. I don't know.
You're going to get some vaccines post-haste.
We're going to put so much penicillin in you.
Yeah, man.
So much.
So that was like the whole thing. And then they have that scene at Pops.
Does penicillin have a recommended daily allowance like fiber and protein? Because that's how much you're getting.
RDA. We're just gonna get an IV set up and
it's gonna be fine.
I'm gonna have a hydro pack, but it's gonna be full of penicillin.
You're gonna wheel that penicillin IV around for like a solid couple hours, and then then we're good,
and then be good to go. The scene at Pops where they're like, how could we be so stupid trying to get our stories straight? Yada yada yada, and then it's
also
like,
how much Plan B do you think we need? Like, let's. You know.
So there's the very quick series of events where it's like we have to act normal, and then Kevin's like, "Hey guys, the variety show's gonna go on," and then Archie's like, "Get out of here, Kev!"
Yeah, Archie's immediately the least normal. You guys, we gotta be so normal.
Yeah. And then Betty's like, "Archie, what the fuck?"
Yeah,
that's not normal.
Archie,
Kev, get back over here.
It's pretty funny.
It is very funny. This is also when we're introduced to Mary's sea girlfriend.
Yeah.
Which is great. GF of the sea. Her salt wife. And that's cool. And then Betty goes to like plant a bug in Stonewall, and they have that back and forth of like, well, I remember you guys going into the woods with Jughead, and they're like, but no, you went into the woods with Jughead.
The energy of that scene is
and it was
delightful.
It was really funny. Then Betty sends Archie to go beat up B-double-dubs, which is great. That's awesome.
Because that's normal.
That's totally normal. That's a normal response.
That's a normal thing. Archie,
and
goddamn.
But then again, the one little thing that I was like, shit, that's good, is Brett's nickname for Archie is Elmo. Which
I don't know how I missed that. That is savage.
That's that so too. Good.
That is savage as hell.
Oh my fucking god.
Fucking noodle-armed red Muppet.
Yeah,
that's
man.
amazing.
It's so good. I also said that Betty. Oh, there was like some sort of conversation going on where Archie was talking to somebody. He was in his room talking to his mom, and he gets a call from Betty that's like,
"Oh yeah, he's about
I'm
to
Veronica."
Crack.
Yeah. And I just said that Betty has an Archie puppet because she's like really just trying to keep everything under control. Then this is finally when they find out how to ping a phone from
right,
fucking Jelly Bean. Yeah.
The upsetting thing is, like, once you know the timeline, you still have to confront the fact that FP didn't give a shit Jughead was gone and was not looking for him.
Yeah.
Before he was aware that he was alive.
Yeah. That's the other thing.
When the situation was Jughead might be dead, FP was just like,
all right.
He'll come home.
Whatever.
It's fine.
He'll walk it off.
He did disappear halfway to Canada with Archie that one time. And no one cared.
I mean, FP knew he was going.
Yeah. I mean, so there's that whole search party thing. The evidence is stacking against Betty right now. Everything is going according to plan vis-a-vis Stonewall Prep. Then,
everything's coming up Donna.
Everything's coming up Donna. And then they like try and scramble and figure out a way to save themselves, which they do. Then Veronica tries to console her bad daddy and be like, what can I do to help? And he was like, I immediately went superhero route, and I was like, dude, okay, what can I do to help? All right, we got to find a whole bunch of radioactive spiders and just have them bite me and see if that fixes my notes.
The thing about Spider-Man is that anybody could be Spider-Man.
Yeah, that's the whole
thing.
You
know, and Hiram has money and surely knows some evil scientists, so...
Yeah, I feel like a Spider-Man in Riverdale is not too far off. I feel like it's pretty easy.
God, I'm so excited for
Archie
the rest of the show.
will probably become a Spider-Man in the next season.
I think, well, there's obviously going to be real magic next season. They're really just going to turn it up to 11.
This shit's going to go off the rails.
Shit.
I'm so excited.
It's going to go off the fucking
Archie's
rails.
Archie's going to go to war in like Eastern Europe / West Asia.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to take a troop ship to get there. I'm confident.
Oh my god!
Yep.
Oh
like
my god!
1940s style troop ship. He's not going to take a plane. He's going to take a fucking troop ship with 40,000 other guys. It's going to be absolutely bonkers.
Yeah.
I've just had a really chilling foreboding.
What?
He's absolutely going to fight a guy with a bayonet. I'm telling you that right now.
Oh yeah, dude.
Is Archie going to become a Hemingway?
Oh.
Like, will war have changed him? And will he come back and be like, I'm an author now because of my war experience?
That would be, honestly,
like
if him and Jughead become
like your Tolkien's and your
writers.
C.S. Lewis's.
Yeah.
No, I'm working on it.
Shit.
We should do our predictions at the end.
We
of this.
should do this.
But this is I got stuff percolating now, baby.
No, yeah,
Percolate.
yeah, no. Yeah. Keep it at a low simmer, okay?
Yep.
We got some stuff to do. So
turn the heat down to low.
Yeah, but so this is also when they find the rock in the woods, and they they send it to fucking Quantico, and then they do the handoff. And I don't know why it killed me, but Betty painting the rock with a paintbrush was so funny to me. Like trying to make it overly like complicated to have the illusion of
blood splatter.
Mess. Yeah,
I mean the Quantico makes some amount of sense. That's like where the FBI crime lab is.
Yeah, but also no.
Yeah, that fact is correct. Sending
it there for a random murder that the FBI has almost nothing to do with.
Yeah, and definitely should not have anything to do with.
Yeah, they should probably stay out of small town crimes.
Like there's definitely no federal jurisdiction here.
No, of course
for any of these crimes. And unless, and this is a big if, unless Stonewall is across the border out of Riverdale State and in New Hampshire or something.
Yeah.
And then you've got a murder across state lines, and maybe the FBI might step in.
I thought you just meant that New Hampshire is such a libertarian mess that federal jurisdiction is needed for every crime there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Might also be true. Sure.
Yeah, maybe. Then there's a thing where it's like, well, maybe they had more blood from Jughead, and it's like, how much blood did they like siphon off blood from Jughead while he was asleep to like prep for this so they could have a second rock?
They should have done the classic, put your blood in bags and freeze it. situation.
There we go. Like a modern day vampire, you know?
Yeah.
Then what else? There was some sort of choking acting that I thought was very bad, and I don't remember what was happening there. Oh, you know what it was? It was when Betty flashed back to getting devil's breathed.
Oh.
And the like choking, coughing acting that she did was not good. I was like, holy shit. They couldn't do like a couple more takes of that. Also, I am still in hate with the thing about devil's breath being real. Like the fact that we looked it up and it was real. Yeah. I also, for some reason, latched on to Stonewall Prep having too many fucking stained glass windows.
They have so many. And they have to have a bunch in the basement because every time somebody jumps out of one, it is repaired immediately.
It is, yeah. They have so many backups. Also, again, this season, obsessed with the word chums. I say it here, and then I say later on in my notes that the chum counter is off the charts. I should have been counting how many times I said chums. This is where they find the body, I believe. Yeah, because then they like identify the body, and the Brett and Donna like try and bust into the morgue, and they're like ushered out. And then there's a scene where Archie's on his like sitting on his bed, and Mary comes in, and she's like, "Here's all your trauma. I'm so sorry that you have to deal with all this trauma. Let me index all this trauma for you." And it's like, thanks. Like, your best friend died, and, like...
Oh, yeah, here's every
with the business.
Bad thing.
And, yeah, and it's like, wow, thanks. I'm actually loving thinking about this right now. And then Betty says she's a wild card, so I just wrote down wild card bitches in all caps.
Betty cut the brakes.
Wild card. Now, season 4, episode 15, To Die For, which is this one. This is the documentary episode that Alice makes. It's that kind of setup.
Oh gosh.
And she's got too many cameras for a homemade film. There are too many cuts to different angles, and Kevin is helping her, and there are too many cameras.
That's where JB got the cameras.
One. That is holy shit. That's actually probably the fucking headcanon. But yeah,
this is amazing.
Just too many cameras.
Like no, they'd be shooting this on one camera. There'd be no cuts like this.
Come on, you're really gonna take the time to edit together other footage? No.
It's like in a lot of shitty TV shows when they'll go back to like security camera footage of a scene that already happened and just play the scene as it was shot originally. And I'm like, no, the security camera doesn't have these angles.
Yeah, come on.
Like
now.
This is one single elevated camera looking down on them from above in the fucking corner. Like I can't see their faces in these different shots. Like fuck you.
Yeah. Come on. There's
Whenever a show cuts back to security camera footage of a thing happening and it's actually like looks like it was shot from a security camera, I'm so impressed with them.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck yeah. That's the attention to detail I like.
I also mentioned that Alice making this documentary is some absolute nightmare parenting because she's like, how are you feeling about your boyfriend's murder to Betty? And it's like, well, I'd rather not talk about this right now. Thanks.
Yeah. What a horrible way to ask how I'm doing. Thank you.
Yeah. Jesus. The scene where...
Also, not a great way to do a journalism.
Also that. The scene where Betty is going to pick up Jughead's stuff and Brett comes in and he's like, good job, you killed your boyfriend. The end of that scene is so weirdly robotic because Brett steps backwards out of the doorway and like fully turns 90 degrees and then starts walking. And it was really, I don't know why it like broke my fucking suspense of disbelief, but I was like, the fuck? Walk like a normal person. I don't know why I really got into that. Also, I keep forgetting that Archie has that serpent tattoo. There's the scene of him and Veronica in bed, and then Hermosa comes in, and she's like, ooh, abs. And it was gross. But I just keep forgetting that he's got that fucking serpent tattoo.
They remember that.
Doesn't.
And that Jughead doesn't.
They got over the bear scars. They feel like...
No, there were bear scars. They were just light. I was looking for them.
There are occasionally bear scars.
There's
not always bear scars, but sometimes there's
bear scars.
When I was looking for them, they were there. So that's kind of...
There is never Jughead's scar from where his tattoo was cut off.
That's right.
They never remember that scar.
I totally forgot that Jughead got a fucking tattoo cut off.
Penny Peabody.
His serpent tattoo is fully sheared off of his body by Penny Peabody, and there is no scar.
That's right. Holy shit.
I feel like you gotta cut pretty deep to cut off someone's tattoo.
Yeah, it's like
you're
beneath a couple layers of skin.
Yep.
You gotta really fuck somebody up to cut off their tattoo.
Yeah. Then there's the whole thing about Dr. Curdle finding some stuff.
Ugh.
FP goes to Stonewall and has a warrant to search Donna's room. And there's obviously like a planted tie pin, right? And I said that FP was chewing in that scene. Like FP was really fucking putting on the heat, and Donna was just not. I don't know. Like FP was really emotional, and Donna was trying to be. But I guess that was kind of the point. Now that I'm thinking about
evidently, Stonewall is within the city limits of Riverdale, where
because where
FP has jurisdiction to execute a search warrant.
Mm-hmm. Then Betty, Archie, Veronica get arrested, and then they're questioned. And Archie's vocab for the entire interview is just lawyer because he has his mom with him. And then something comes to light. I can't remember, but there's a scene where Donna. I think it's just like Donna gets spooked by FP being there, so she goes in and like rips Brett's video game out of his hands, and his reaction of like, "Hey," was really authentic to me. I really felt it.
I
was
wasn't
like,
at a save point.
Come on. There's also there's some scene where there's a shade of like, well, tough luck, and I really wanted them to say tough noogies. I really just want tough noogies to be put back into the zeitgeist because I love that saying.
Let's bring it back.
That's just something I want, you know?
My version of tough noogies is sucks to suck.
Sucks to suck is also good. But I don't know. There's just something to I feel like tough noogies is a lighter version of sucks to suck. There's like
it's a little friendlier.
Like if you just want to, it's a little friendlier, a little more playful.
Yeah, it's a little more like life. What are you gonna do?
Yeah,
a little less personal.
Yeah. Then there's the funeral with the closed casket. And Sweat Pea's there, baby. Let's go.
So dumb, this whole scene.
And then, let's see. I mean, there's the whole thing where everybody's very sad, and I just said, God, I can't hear anything in this scene because of all the chewing going on. There's just so much. And then I had to bring up the fact that noted alcoholic FP is drinking, but it's his son's funeral, so he might get a pass. And then he gets fired / he quits. Because Hiram's like,
stick a pin in it. From
anymore.
here to the end of this season, this town has no sheriff.
No sheriff.
No sheriff.
None at all. And then there's the scene where Brett is told by Donna to rush the casket, and his defense is, she told me to.
You guys heard her.
Yeah.
You heard her. She told me to.
She told
the
me,
rapid
dude.
transformation of Brett from being like the big bad to being like Donna's little bitchy dog is so good.
It's kind of sick.
He just immediately transforms.
Yep.
From being like this intimidating white man to being
just like just
the most mediocre piece of shit.
Yep. There's also the shot of Reggie. The rumor gets started that he's alive, and it starts out with like, it's Reggie, and he's like, so how do you feel about the rumor that he's still alive? And he's like, I'm really upset because that would be the best prank ever. And it's like, Reggie, you never stop being
Stay
you.
gold,
and I
pony
fucking love
boy.
it. Come on, man. That's awesome.
He loves them pranks.
Yep.
Like that time he killed his dad.
Like that time he fucking killed his dad. He definitely killed his fucking father.
Definitely killed his dad.
Definitely killed his dad.
Hid the body.
Holy
never told
shit,
anyone.
He killed his dad.
Yeah. In this house, we believe science is real. Reg killed his dad.
And death and taxes are all that are constant in life.
Yep.
Right, Reg killed his dad.
Reg killed his dad. Never forget.
Roscoe's the dog I'm staying with. He's a good boy. He just came over to see what I was doing.
Does he want to weigh in on whether Reggie killed his dad or not?
He definitely agrees.
Okay,
Great.
good. Then this is the part where there's like the whole there's a whole Barchi thing because, you know, Betty tries to find solace in Archie, and then Veronica blows up, all in quotes, and then...
Oh, man. Imagine how shitty Tumblr fans must have been when this happened.
Oh, my God, dude. It must have been fucking crazy.
I feel like I missed out. I bet it was...
Yeah.
I bet I would have loved it.
Just being so mad at Betty.
Yeah.
It has to have been a horrible time to be on the internet.
Or a beautiful time.
Yeah, or a beautiful
Depending
time
on
to see
what you find
all
to
of
be
these
entertaining.
whiny people. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. Probably
but
not
then,
that much fun for Betty.
So then there's that whole thing blows up. There's that weirdly specific group text with everybody in this school except for Veronica that Cheryl texts out. And then there's a whole blow up with Veronica being like, is the music room just where you take all your fucks? Because they've fucked so many times. Like, the fact that the music room is where Archie fucks is so funny to me.
The room with the window in the door.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah.
Fucking literally anywhere else. Jughead was under the stairs for so long.
A piece of tape and a piece of notebook paper would solve this problem.
Also that.
Maybe this is too much information, but if I was going to fuck in high school, it definitely would have been in the music room. It would have absolutely been in the bedroom.
But then there's a cut back to Kevin, like an interview, and Alice is like, so what are your thoughts on this whole thing? And then he just rapid fires all of the ship names that have ever been thought of for any character in this whole show. And it was like a whirlwind of Barchi and I guess it was also Varchi and Bughead and all that shit. Mm-hmm. I was like, holy shit, I forgot about all those.
My favorite thing about Kevin's characterization is once, every 3 or 4 episodes, they make him be so gay.
Yeah.
Most of the times he's just a guy who happens to be gay. But every 3rd or 4th episode, they do something that's just like, oh no, Kevin's not a gay guy. Kevin is gay.
Is gay. Capital gay. All right?
And this was that moment.
Yeah. But then the thing is finally revealed that the one thing, there's an interstitial scene where Donna shows up at Riverdale High and is like, I know what you're fucking doing because I've seen the tape and you're hungry for Jug's dick. And it's 2 times. There have been 2 times in this episode where the quality of Jughead's dick has been revealed and nobody cares. Because there's the beginning scene where Cheryl's like, you're going to kill yourself because you can't get that good dick anymore. And I'm going to watch you. But then it's revealed that Jughead's alive, which, shocker. And then there's the 2 scenes where it's you didn't actually feel anything when you kissed Archie/Betty. And so I just wrote down both times, nah, babe, we're going to be together forever. And then, nah, babe, we're going to be together forever, part 2. Just but also when they're naming everybody that's in on the grift, it's it could be the entire town. The entire town could know that Jughead is actually alive based on who knows. It's insane. And then that's the end of that episode.
Yeah, basically we learned by the time they had the funeral, literally everyone at the funeral knew he wasn't dead. Everyone.
Yeah, literally everyone. It was are you serious right now? Now we're on to season 4, episode 16, The Locked Room. This episode sucked shit.
Oh,
just because the room is locked doesn't make it a locked room.
Doesn't make it meet the definition of a locked room.
Exactly. And this whole fucking the whole part of the scene was so exhausting. The only good part about it was the fucking DuPont fling out the window.
God.
That was awesome. But Forrest Peepaw showing up, that was kind of cool.
What do we think that fancy school's budget for stained glass windows is? It's got to be a lot, right?
It's got to be a lot. I mean, they probably just have a glass shop in the basement to just keep replacing all the windows.
I think the real problem here is that none of it's actually glass. It's all sugar glass, so that it's easy for teachers to jump through and die.
There you go.
So they could just have a whole closet full of it. It's not real stained glass.
Yeah, this is not a workplace that offers good life insurance benefits.
Yeah, I don't think. I think since he stole the Baxter Brothers thing, he's probably been saving up a bunch. But yeah, this whole locked room thing is so exhausting. They did in fact stone cold murk Jonathan though. That is one thing that we know for sure.
Oh yeah,
it's he's still got food poisoning. It's like, no, he got poisoning.
They absolutely murdered him and put him in a hole with Reg's dad.
Yep.
And no one cared because
they buried him above Reg's dad. It's been that long. I did write down, never enter a battle of wits with a jughead when death is on the line. But then there's the scene where the continuation of the scene where Veronica and Archie find Betty over Jughead's corpse, where she snaps out of it, and then she has Archie do chest compressions, but she does the fucking breaths, and it's like even she won't let anybody kiss Jughead even if he might be dying. Even during CPR, she's like, no, I gotta kiss his mouth.
It's me. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. I did give points to Jughead for using the term Gordian knot because I like that.
Mm.
Oh yeah.
Also, the exit interviews with all the Stonewall people. Joan just being stone cold and being like, I have diplomatic immunity. What friends are you talking about? Holy shit. All right.
I don't know them.
Yeah, I don't know them. I don't know what's happening. Also, they really beat the shit out of B-double-dubs.
Oh my god. Yeah, they did some crimes in that room.
Super duper did. That was not a counteroffer like they said. It was just a completely different contract. It was insane. And then I didn't really have a lot of notes for this one just because it was so bad. Then with the Betty goes to Donna's room and is doing her best Bond villain when she enters the room and turns on the lamp. And I was like, holy shit, this is getting really weirdly cinematic. And then the episode ends with all of them at Pops, and Archie makes another vow. And I said that Archie controls the very fabric of reality when he says, let's make a vow, to make the opposite thing happen. It's every time. I mean, that's just how the story has to go. But it's even the characters themselves are no, please, we can't have another vow. And then Kevin comes up to him and is like, hey, variety show shine-ups. And then we get into the variety show episode, which is episode 17, which is called Wicked Little Town. Cole Sprouse actually singing in this episode kind of didn't do it for me.
Yeah,
I don't know
it didn't do it for anyone.
Yeah, it kind of sucked.
He kind of tried to sing last year, and it wasn't great.
He had one line last year, but this time they actually gave him some songs. It was the wrong idea.
Okay. This is the episode that you guys allowed me to not watch for my birthday.
Yeah. So these,
and again, I really appreciate
because we give good gifts.
Truly thoughtful gift.
Yeah, we're good at gift giving.
You guys are amazing.
This is the start of the real fucking. Here's the thing. The one thing I noticed with the VHS tape voyeur Artur thing is that they don't even stick to Artur. They call it the person the voyeur. Even they hate it. But this is the episode where Archie spills that he knows that Hiram has nodes, and also that he's been working out instead of going to the doctor. And then him and Veronica and Betty and Jughead's got to do a bunch of homework to graduate. And so there's the two fights, and then Betty and Archie rehearse and kiss and that whole thing. Whatever. But I will say the song that both Jughead and Archie sang was kind of a harder rock, even punk emo thing, and it kind of worked for me, but that's just me. It's in my soul. So I'll let that one slide. Also, Kevin coming into the principal's office being like, I'm going to do a Hedwig and the Angry Inch, and him preemptively bringing a boombox is the craziest shit I've ever seen.
Who owns a boombox that?
Who the fuck owns a boombox? Oh, my God.
You're making me think of the Lonely Island.
Yeah.
Everyone's wearing fingerless gloves.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. And then there's the whole thing. Everybody's wearing random numbers except for the actual, the main cast. And I was like, oh, shit. They weren't kidding. They made everybody wear weird random number shirts. And then they do the end of that number, the end of, the random number generation. They, throw a bunch of shit out of their lockers. And it's like, guys, what the fuck are you doing? The janitors are going to have to clean it up.
Yeah.
You're just, going to go to class?
Come on.
I just don't understand. Also, there's a scene with the like all the girls and Kevin having a sleepover, and Betty suggests that they order pizza from Little Cicero's, and it made me so mad.
I'm glad I missed that.
They've got a $4 warm and ready.
and the mascot goes, toppings.
Wait, is this a bit, or is that stuff that actually happens in the episode?
Oh, no, this is a bit. We were just riffing. Yeah.
Because, fuck. It was believable that could have been a thing in the episode.
No, we're just doing extra world building.
About once a month, I regret not buying something from the Little Caesars pizza that was in the Kmart when it shut down.
Yeah.
To be clear, the whole Kmart shut down, and they sold everything that was not bolted down in that building.
Yeah.
Do
you still have the table that you bought?
Oh, yeah. I bought a table they used to put merchandise on. It's a great height and size for cutting things when I'm sewing. But that's what I mean when I say they sold everything. And they had
they did sell everything.
The pizza, the like warmer that they kept the hot and ready pizzas in for sale. And it hadn't been cleaned that well. It still very strongly smelled of pizza.
Yeah, it's real rough. Anyway, there's
an abandoned Kmart like in my hometown that closed
such a weird liminal space when
that big of years ago, and nothing's in its place. It's just been an empty Kmart warehouse in this property since
ours is now in
the late 90s.
An Ocean State job lot.
Which doesn't make it. That sounds like a job fair, but it's not, right? It's like a Kmart. It's like they
Kmart
just put
one
it
of the ones that got Bain capitaled.
Yeah,
I
very
don't know.
much. Well, because they combined with Sears.
They got bought out by venture capitalists and
ruined,
saddled with a bunch of debt, and then fucking collapsed under the weight of all that debt. And the venture capitalists walk away and got rich, and then ran for president.
Shit's fucked.
Same as Toys R Us.
Oh man, you guys just got sad a little bit. Remember Toys R Us?
Yeah, Jim, you're really bringing down the vibes, man.
So
yeah.
So then there's the scene where Cheryl confronts Mr. Honey in the fucking in Pops and is like, "Hey, we're gonna do Hedwig and the Angry Inch," and Mr. Honey's like, "No, it's too suggestive," and then fucking Cheryl's like, "Okay, let me sing you a song where the main lyric is Sugar Daddy, and let me do a sexy dance."
Yeah,
and it's like, Jesus Christ, and I was like, "You're proving his point," and then the song ends, and he goes, "You proved my point," and I was like, "Wow." Look at that. And then, honestly, the sick burn that came out of that was Mr. Honey turning Cheryl's toodles against her. That was really great. Then we have the scene with the two couples fight, which I was very I was down for the vibes, kind of angry, emo punk vibes. I liked it. And then it's, Betty and Archie actually kiss, like not under the pretenses of Jughead being dead. And then they both feel bad. And then Jughead comes in and he's like, "Hey, so I finished my homework. Can we still date?" And Betty's like, "Yep." And then Veronica comes in and she's like, "Well, I got you some shitty cupcakes from Pops. Could we still date?" And Archie's like, "Yeah, okay." And then they do the variety show at the Le Bon Nuit, and Jughead is the Ringo Starr of the group because he's just kind of in the background playing the drums. And then they do that they do it like the rooftop thing, and everybody's got candles, and I don't know how they got all the candles between them rushing out to the parking lot of Pops. And it just doesn't make any sense.
No, the candle situation in this town shall never be understood by a human mind.
Yeah, it's insane. They have too much wax.
And the time frame and a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Which is not fathomable.
Yeah. And then lastly, it ends with that really creepy, the actually creepy VHS tape of the Jughead mask breathing, Betty knocking him on the head.
Those videos are very creepy.
Those videos were actually very creepy.
The masks really do it.
Yeah. Yeah. And next episode is fucking Lynchian, baby. Hey.
God.
So, yeah, this is the one where shit gets Lynchian.
I'm still amazed that nobody in this episode is wearing a still suit.
It's just that wasn't in the budget, Jim. This is also the episode with fucking Maple Claus, and I hate it because I came up with so many good fake booze.
Did the hillbillies come out of the woods for no reason?
Hillbillies come out of the woods and they threaten Veronica, and then fucking they're like, "You're cutting into a maple moonshine business," and then fucking Hiram comes up and beats the shit out of one of them, but then drops his keys and gets himself beat up.
No, he drops the keys because of his nodes.
In that scene, it doesn't seem like I guess it didn't come off like that. Like, he wasn't shaking when he was going back to his car. It just seemed like he accidentally dropped his keys. But I get the that kind of thing. Then let's see. There's the Archie writing a song for Betty, and they like meet up in the fucking bunker, and they lay next to each other, clothes on a twin bed.
Can't wait to hear it when it's done.
When it's done. But I wrote down in all caps, "Oh God, either get out of the bed or fuck. This is too much." Just like one or the other. You can't be right in the middle here.
Shit or get off the pot.
Yep, shit or get off the pot. Like, come on.
Fuck or get off the cot.
Yeah, fuck or get off the cot. Here, I wrote down, for some reason, hearts aren't shaped like arrows. They're shaped like hearts, and I can't remember why I wrote that down.
I mean, okay.
Yeah, I don't remember. It might be something about what was in the song. Or a heart pointing somewhere. I don't remember. Then fucking we got a little McGugs, because Jughead is teaming up with Charles to scrub through the VHS tapes. And Ethel got a hold of Ponytail Playmate, and then they get into the or no, this is not the scene. This is not the episode with the rave. But they like find out about the Blue Velvet Club and the raid of the snuff films and everything. And then also this, sorry, what's that?
This is the episode where we find out that Ethel definitely cranked it to that video.
Oh, for sure. She's like, "Oh no, I definitely didn't. Once I saw what it was, I like turned it off." And then oh man, I said that during the scene with Hiram jumping the dude, the scene starts out with him coming out of a pub and smoking a cigarette, and I was like, drunk cigs don't count, especially when you get jumped. And then there's like a very specific threat about like, it was something about Hiram hunting him down and, I don't know, breaking his knees or something. But then let's see. There's the whole thing with the tickle ring and Reg coming in and basically just ganking Kevin and Fangs and starting his own little tickle vid ring. And
that just kind of went away. I don't remember what happened with that. It does.
Well, so that happens. They get confronted by the guy, and then they bring all the bulldogs in as like muscle. But then it's like, we got an anonymous tip that the tickle ring.
They get shut down by the principal, right?
Yeah, they get shut down by the principal.
Because they were wearing their school football outfits.
They said like, Mr. Honey was like, that's a violation of copyright. Like you're in violation of copyright law. And it's like, is that real? Like wearing school merch in a video is copyright infringement?
No, nothing is real.
No, nothing's real. But then, I just wrote down instead of. I was trying to make a weird Shooter McGavin joke, and I just wrote down Shooter Malloy because that's who got killed. That kind of fell flat. Yeah, I don't know about that one. And then they get another tape, and it's like it's the snuff film of Jason Blossom's death. And then we're on to the next episode. Oh, there's also the end of that episode. There's the weird scene where Mr. Honey is like sad that the fucking the Scarlet Suite got raided, and it was like something was like maybe Mr. Honey likes snuff films and kiddie porn.
Yeah, I just want to state
like
for the record,
nothing.
Mr. Honey got a hero edit after he left. I want to state for the record, this guy's still a creepazoid who sucks.
Yeah, he still sucks shit.
He got a hero edit after he left.
But
yeah, they take a real weird turn on him to make him not a weird, gross scumbag that he is for every other appearance in this show.
Mm-hmm. But then we're on to the season 4 pseudo finale, which is killing Mr. Honey, which is just the kind of Betty's bloodlust finally like rearing its ugly head.
She yearns for death, Matthew.
She does yearn for death, especially Mr. Honey's death.
In particular.
But they but they like glue him to his chair, and then they like, you know, he's like prom's off, and then all the parents come in and they're like, prom's back on, and he's like, okay, and then he makes that fake VHS tape, and it's like, actually no, prom's still off, and then they get him fired because he like, and what's the thing called? Impersonated a supposed serial killer, even though they're just tapes. And then, I mean, that's about it. There's just the back and forth between the actual story and real life. There's the scene where all the parents come in, and the fact that Nana Rose is being pushed by Cheryl is so good. Like, that's gonna really tip the scales on the intimidation factor. Is like having an old woman with a fucking cataract eye coming in. But yeah, also the fact that Hiram is like, I'm the mayor, but he's wearing like a leather jacket and he's like still cool. Also that dolly zoom at the end where he like, Jughead's like, oh shit, he said good things about me for the University of Iowa. I was like, okay, that was kind of cool. I understand why Jim likes dolly zooms.
I don't understand why this show uses them.
Oh, just cuz. But that's the end of season 4, technically. But then we go into season 5, episode 1, which is Climax, which is what a way to start a season. But this is where we find out that Hiram cured his nodes by being violent. He's like some sort of violence vampire where he doesn't suck blood, but he just kind of hurts people, and that makes him young again. Yeah. And then there's this is the part where they actually go to the rave/screening for all the snuff films and all the stuff. And Betty gets in, and David, the Blue Velvet guy, is like, your tape is being played in room 317. And I was like, there's 316 other films being played at this fucking warehouse? Holy shit. This is also the episode where Archie has to fight K.O. Kelly, and I now get why you guys were like, holy shit, this is scary for Archie, because K.O. Kelly
vastly larger.
So big. He's so fucking huge. And he loses the fight, and then he's like, I don't even care about the Naval Academy anymore. I'm going to go Army.
Did either of you ever watch Arrested Development?
No.
Yeah.
I tried to, but I couldn't get through it.
Oh my god. I had a half-day mother from Army. No, sorry, he said, I had the one guy says Army had a half-day mother. And he also keeps going to an arcade, and he comes back with all of these prizes. His mom's like, what is going on? It's like, these are my awards from Army.
God damn it.
It's really good.
That's very funny.
The season that they made for Netflix got a lot of mixed reviews, but like the high conceptness of it really worked for me. Like,
all right,
there's the whole bit with one of the characters on a plane, and like someone keeps kicking their seat like the whole time, and like 3 episodes later you find out why that's happening, and it's another character on the show that's like causing it, and it's so clever and interesting.
That is funny. I like that a lot.
It's each character's walk through this same storyline. So it's
yep.
Why can't I think of the name of the movie?
I don't know.
Man, I'm bad at this.
It's okay.
Kurosawa movie. It's the same murderer shown from 3 different points of view. There's probably been an episode of Riverdale that was a bad version of it.
Yeah, probably.
But it's
anyway.
that basically in like sitcom form, and it's pretty funny.
Yeah. This is also the prom episode, the first episode of the season 5. So everybody's having a good time. There's that like the killing of David and the owl mask is shown at prom. Everybody's really freaked out. Also, the ref for the boxing match should have been played by anybody other than him because he was so wooden. He was like, and the winner is K.O. Kelly. It was like, come on, man. Holy shit.
Someone's brother.
Somebody got called in the day of. And then Archie's like, Hiram offers Archie the deputy position. And then Veronica's like, you're my favorite deputy. And then prom happens. Sorry, I did things a little out of order. There's a scene at prom where K.O. Kelly's there, and it's like, he is not
he
from
doesn't
here.
even go here.
The fuck is he doing at this prom? Then all the prom shit happens. Then they go to the cabin, and it's like the thing with God is always watching. Archie finally caves, and it's like, I wrote that song for Betty. Because Veronica plays it at the speakeasy, which kind of, puts a rift between them.
Yeah, it does kind of causes a little rift. Kind of a little bit ends their relationship.
Oh, a little bit, just a tad bit ends the relationship. Also, when Cheryl invites both Betty and Jughead and Archie and Veronica up to dance, there's a scene where it like cuts to them and they give each other looks, and I could feel it. Like, I could feel the look that they gave each other, and it was really rough. But then there's there's something about Cheryl where she's like, turn thyself in, Reginald. And I said that the fact that she is constantly speaking in iambic pentameter is so funny.
God, I love Cheryl. She's never made a good decision in her whole life.
That's really what it is. And lastly, they get all the videos, and they're still so fucking creepy. And then we're on to the penultimate episode, the Preppy Murders. I don't have a lot of notes for this one, I'm going to be honest. This is the episode where Mary says chamomile tea. She says
so weird.
She says chamomile tea. Some sort of weird
chamomile.
It's chamomile.
I
It
say
could be
chamomile.
also be chamomile. But this is where
I guess I should be saying like chamomile.
Chamomile is probably chamomile, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
But we get a little shot of Dr. Curdle Jr., which nice, because they go and investigate. Because B-Dubs gets murked. He like calls Betty and he's like, "Hey, shit, I'm on the run. I gotta be in solitary." And then there's a whole bunch of shit going on with Veronica because she's like, "Oh, my boyfriend doesn't love me anymore. We're gonna break up. This sucks." There's that scene at Pops where Hermosa comes in, and then Veronica's out back like throwing out the trash, and some more fucking Malloys come up, and then Hermosa just fucking deletes them. She just fucking shoots them, and it's like she just gets to write off 3
stone cold.
Yeah,
fucking murders 3 dudes.
She just writes off 3 murders on her taxes. It's like insane.
Those 3 bullets were a business expense. She's gonna write them off.
She's gonna write them off. Also, like, fucking thank God that B-Dubs got murked because I could not stand another second of him. This is also where they confront Hiram about going back to his evil ways, and I think he says something along the lines of, "Since I've embraced my darkness, it's increased my stamina and my speed." And it's like, what?
He's trying to become a dark
me?
Spidersman.
He's trying to become a Dark Spider-Man. It's insane.
Scott earned the power of love.
Scott earned the power of self-acceptance.
Maybe he's trying to be Venom. Have we considered that?
Maybe he's trying to find a symbiote. Maybe.
Ugh.
But then this is the episode where they let his daughter's sick people on him, so that he has to call for help. And this is the monologue of Daddy, you're like a dog, and dogs, they are sometimes bad, and sometimes they got to be put down. But the way it starts is your sign might be a Scorpio, but you're more like a dog. And I was like, oh yeah, Hiram's a Scorpio. That makes so much sense. This is also when they find out that Chuck is a little Dexter man, and they confront him. And then it's like, yep, you got me. I'll turn myself in. But I didn't do those videos. I don't know who that is.
You just reminded me of one of my favorite moments in online app dating that I've ever had. Mm-hmm. A match asked me what my Myers-Briggs was, and I said, I don't know, what's the one for Leo? And she immediately unmatched me.
Oh, no, that's so funny.
Jim, I'm so proud of you.
That's so good, man.
Double fucking burn.
God damn, man.
It made me so proud.
That was yeah. I commend you for that. This is also the
so happy with myself.
The episode where Archie has to write a victim impact statement, and and Daddy Uncle Frank comes back and gets punched so that he can heal Archie. So punches heal in Riverdale. And then they find out that Jellybean was doing the videos to keep Jughead around. And they find the kids, but they're not. It's like they treat them like criminals, like they've done something like a real actual crime.
Yeah,
and it's like that's not at all a thing.
All except for Jellybean. They take the rest of them off to prison.
Yeah, Jellybean gets to go on a fucking road trip.
Yeah, Jellybean gets to go on a road trip.
Yeah, and then obviously Jughead comes to FP with that news over a drink yet again.
Non-alcoholic FP.
Drinking. Non-alcoholic FP. Drinking again.
Doing the classic, I got a handle on it this time.
I can quit whenever I want.
Playing the hits.
Playing the hits. Yeah. And that was the end of that. And then last episode, actual finale, season 5, episode 3. It was a graduation episode, baby. We got... There was something about the intro monologue where it was like, Riverdale's a town, and in that town, there are houses. And in those houses, there are kids. And in those kids, there are hearts. And it was like, I just wrote down, there was a bog. And in that bog, there was a tree. And in that tree was a lump. And then that lump was a frog. It was giving me that kind of... It's giving me very much that kind of vibe. Former Keller's back. He's the sheriff now.
Former Keller is the once and future Keller.
Yep, there we go. The town once again has a sheriff.
Keller is dead. Long live Keller.
Yep.
Then
the once and former Keller.
The once and former Keller. They show a picture of Jason Blossom, and I keep forgetting that actor is a wax figurine that was molded by 3 hummingbirds. Mm-hmm. It's just so... Oh, he's not a real human.
If you're a person who doesn't believe that there's a kind of skin tone that doesn't work with a kind of hair, I beg of you to look at Jason Blossom.
At least first, for the love of God.
You think that yellow's your color and you're wrong? Yellow is nobody's color.
Yellow is nobody's color. Also, I picked up that this season kind of burns everything down to the ground. There are 2 divorces that happen in this one episode.
Yeah, absolutely. Because all of the adults are off the show.
Yeah, all of them have to leave. Everybody breaks up. It's all just a fucking tragedy. I also put in the fucking Polly and the twins. Because that was good.
Oh, they're off the show too.
Polly!
Yeah, they're totally off the show.
That conversation was buck wild. That Alice was just like, I thought that all of these people plus Polly and the twins were going to come for Thanksgiving, and now it's just you and I. What?
What the fuck?
When did Polly and the twins drop out? Also, why are we just hearing about this now?
Yeah, come on. Where did they go? Oh, did they get raptured with the cult?
Maybe
they might have gotten raptured with the cult.
They were not successfully deprogrammed, and they joined a second cult.
Ah, there we go. So the scene where they open the time capsule, and it's like, look at these 4 students right before they went to war. As soon as Cheryl says war, it cuts to Archie, and I swear to God, his pupils dilate.
It's like he got a shot of adrenaline.
Yeah, he's like, whoa, I'm ready to go now. I know what I'm doing.
Good God, y'all.
Good God, y'all. Yeah. Then there's the scene where people are just waiting for school to end. The teacher is just sitting there. It's that they not even trying to like teach a class because there's nothing to do. And then there's the thing where everybody like hugs and kisses, and Veronica goes up to Archie, but then Archie gets pulled away by Reg. It's like, read the fucking room, dude. Everybody's looking at old pictures. Veronica brings all of Archie's stuff back, and then they squeeze out one last fuck, and then they're done.
They squeeze out one.
They just squeeze out one more fuck. Yep.
And now I have to have heard that.
You're welcome. Archie can see dead people in the fucking graduation. He's the 5th element or whatever the fuck.
They are all wearing different uniforms, right?
They're all wearing different uniforms. Yep.
All wearing different uniforms. They're all going to a war that's already over.
We're supposed to think they're all joining different branches of the armed forces.
That's not how that works.
Like there was only 2 at the time.
Yeah. Oh, the fucking army recruiter that Archie goes up to, and he's like, "Is it too late to sign up?" And the army recruiter's like, "This is a big decision. Are you sure?" Oh my God.
The worst acting, right?
For the love of God.
On a show filled with mediocre shit. That's
they
like
found an
the
actual
worst.
army recruiter.
Yeah, for real. Also, there's the scene where FP leaves for Toledo, and it's like a very quick thing, but I swear to God, they like Jellybean in a sidecar is on screen for like 2 seconds, and I swear to Christ, it's a dummy. I like swear to God, they like didn't want to put her in the seat for just a little bit, so they just sat a dummy down and put a helmet on and a jacket.
It doesn't even have a face. It's just
it doesn't even have
broom
a face.
holding up.
This would have to be a stunt person, and we're not going to hire a like teen stunt person.
Yeah. So, but like no, but that's the thing is that it's not even moving. It's like before FP leaves. It's weird to explain, but I really think that it was just a fucking dummy.
I was thinking about the World War II thing because I'm still really angry about it. And I think that part of the problem is like the 2 big guys on the show, Roberto Aguirre Sacasa and what's his face? Greg Berlanti. They're both the same age as your mom and I, within like a year or 2, which means that their dads were born too late to go to World War II, and their granddads were born too early to go to World War I. So like we have this generational thing where neither of their families were involved in either of the Great Wars. So they don't really think about it at all. So it's maybe like
that's like, why.
Maybe that's why they don't know when World War II was, and they're just intellectually uncurious and never bothered to learn.
Yeah. My grandfather, who's still alive, is older than the Queen of England, and he served in the Korean War, which was 3 years long from 1950 to 1953.
Oh, so he was even pretty old for that war.
Yeah. He was already married. I mean, people used to get married at 12 or whatever, but he had graduated college, basically.
Some World War II veterans were called back up to go to the Korean War, which tells you like how long after it was, right? Like you're retired, you've taken all of your war money and started a business, and you're now a captain of industry, and now you got to go fight a war in another country that no one's heard of.
Like, God, all right. They do their version of the time capsule, and they throw like both jackets and Jughead's beanie, and it's like that's gonna stink so bad. I also think that there's gonna be a suit up scene where they dig up the time capsule and like retrieve Jughead's beanie and like the serpent's jacket. I really think that's gonna happen.
Oh, that's one of my predictions. Up the heat on our predictions now? Is that what's happening?
I have like 2 more things.
Oh, okay.
One thing. They put too many actual human emotions in the end of this thing. And I wrote down, what the fuck are feelings and emotions doing in my good Christian Riverdale? It's supposed to be a dumb show where I don't really fucking think about shit. And we got people crying and, like, relationships falling apart. And it's like, stop. No.
I will say they did a good job of the kind of, like, we're not going to say that we're broken up, but we know that we're are we still...
Are we?
Okay, bye.
No, I guess not. But then Archie gets on the bus, and then they get in the jalopy and ride down the road. And the whole thing, that whole, like, ending sequence with Archie in the bus and everything, that was so much natural light that had never been on the show before. I don't know if you noticed that, but that was, I think, the first time they did a real location shoot, like, maybe during the summer.
During the day.
Where it was, like clear skies. It was crazy to see them in, like, such harsh light. But there's a scene where, like, Archie tells them to stop the bus, and he gets out and actually says goodbye to all his friends. And, like, he walks up to Jughead, and I was like, they're going to kiss. They're going to do it. They're finally going to do it. And they don't. And I was really mad. And then fucking Jughead and Betty drift apart and break up. And then he didn't want to stay in the Jones house anymore, or in the Cooper's house anymore. So he moves into the abandoned Andrew's house, and they cut all the fucking amenities. And then he moves into the bunker. And then, like, just very unreasonable. And then they do the whole thing. It's like the vow to meet up once a year, every year. And that doesn't happen until, you know, the time jump. But that's it. That's all I got. So, yeah. That was season 4 of Riverdale. Back half, baby.
Yeah.
We did it.
I thought they did do a good job of, like, showing us stylistically that high school was over. Like, Betty stopped wearing a ponytail. Jughead made a big deal about, like, taking his hat off. Archie stopped wearing his Letterman's jacket. Veronica's always going to dress exactly like she's always dressed. I don't think that's ever going to change.
Yeah. Yeah, Jughead actually did also start to wear, like, flannel jackets instead of leather jackets.
Yeah.
I remember that. I was like, oh, cool, okay. They're, like, growing up now. But, yeah, that was very good. I think the only prediction I really have is that there is going to be some sort of... I'm going to stick by the suit-up scene where they, like, dig up the time capsule and gather all their like, old...
Their objects of power.
Together to fight one last crime.
Yeah.
All right. I started this tangent earlier when I was like, will Archie become a horrible Hemingway? Also worth noting, I fucking hate Hemingway.
Sure.
Fair and reasonable.
But here's where I started going. Would it not be hysterical if they all kind of, nobody got the job they've been gearing up to have, but everybody got one of those jobs?
That would be very funny.
Right? Like, Archie becomes a writer. Veronica becomes an FBI investigator. Jughead, for some reason, owns a cosmetics company. And or Betty's a musician.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. That, honestly, is the best outcome of this new season.
God, I'm keeping my fingers so crossed. That would be amazing.
Yeah.
And we don't have to wait long to find out, right? Because there's gonna be something. They're gonna come back. The rails are about to fall off this fucking thing because they're not gonna be high schoolers anymore, right? So there's not the artificial bumpers on the bowling alley of like, oh, we got to go to class and we have parents.
Yep.
That's such a good way of describing a high school TV show.
It's crazy.
Bumpers in the bowling alley.
Like, it's gonna be so crazy, and they're still gonna go back to high school though. Is the thing
frame to keep the writers on track.
Yeah, like they have to go to the school. So I can't even. That's my big swing.
That is so good.
For the start of, like, what would have been the start of season 5 is that nobody has the job they thought they were going to have, but everybody should have a job that one of the 4 of them was going to have.
Yes.
For sure.
I honestly I would like to think that, like, Veronica becomes a boxer.
Oh my God.
And, like,
that would be amazing. And you know what? It would be so easy to write that. Like, it healed her dad.
Yeah.
She tapped into the rage inside of her. She went to New York.
Yeah.
She started to fuck K.O. Kelly and train with him.
Yeah. A little like adultery.
Yeah.
A little scandal.
And then she sees Archie for the first time in 7 years, and she's like, oh, you're smaller than I remember.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Where's all your creatine, bud?
Yeah.
And she's like,
are you not using
buff.
pre-workout?
Yeah. What are your macros, dude? What do we got?
You guys, I saw a really upsetting thing this morning.
Oh, no. What did you see?
I was walking into the gym at 7 a.m. because I'm that person. One of the guys who works out at 7 a.m. was just like holding a steak in his hand and eating it as he was walking into the gym.
Oh, God, that sucks.
And like, bro.
You're going to just bare fist a fucking steak?
Bro, there's no need.
No way,
There's no need. I understand that it's funny
sucks.
to be secretly jacked at your desk job, but like, you don't have to do this.
Yeah. Also, if you're going to do that, like, wrap it in foil at least, you know? You're going to get steak juice, like, all over the bar. It's going to be bad.
It wasn't warm, Matthew. It was you didn't get up in the morning and cook a steak. It was cold.
Oh, come on.
Just cold fridge steak.
My favorite.
Fat all over it.
My favorite in the morning. Nothing like a congealed steak fresh out of the fridge.
I think my predictions for the next season are all ARRTI based. I said already, I think he's going to take a troop ship to war in Eastern Europe.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure that troop ship is going to get torpedoed, but somehow he'll still end up getting to war in Eastern Europe.
I think he's
going to spend some time in trenches.
He is going to spend time in trenches,
which definitely have not been a war thing in 70 years since Riverdale was founded.
For sure.
He's definitely going to have some PTSD, a little bit of that.
He's going to have even more of a haunted brain.
Oh, for
He's going to come back.
He
oh
will
my God!
almost
Wait, the
certainly
buzz cut.
spend some time as a prisoner of war.
Oh yeah, it'll be real intense. I think the buzz cut is really going to be crazy though.
Oh, you think he's gonna have a good old high and tight?
Yeah,
Still no
at
frosted
least a high and
tips?
tight.
Could this be the season where ARRTI gets frosted tips?
I hope it's Jughead.
We're hoping.
I hope it's Jughead. I hope he comes back so different.
Out of left field.
He stopped wearing a hat, right? And then he was like, without the hat to hold this hair back, it's actually very annoying. I better cut it off. And then he's like, I feel like a new guy, and I've been to a place where the sun shines, and I'm a surfer now. Was surfer one of their jobs? Anyway, Jughead's a surfer.
Surfer, yeah. Well, surfer is now a job.
Yeah, surfer is a job. His job is beach.
Jughead's job is just beach.
It's just beach.
This Ken's job is surf.
Yep.
I haven't even seen Barbie, but I know that Ken's job is just beach.
It's just beach. Yeah, Jughead's job is just beach, and he's got frosted tips. And he's into rollerblading.
And he's into rollerblading for sure.
Yeah, very much.
We don't usually ask for much on this show, but if we could get fan art of Jughead's frosted tips, I will pay you money.
Yeah.
I don't care. I'll pay you money for that.
Absolutely. I'll take that shit right to Vistaprint and get myself some art.
Oh,
baby.
For sure. I'm going to have a big poster. It's going to be sick as fuck.
Do we have any more predictions? Because I have a question also.
So
I think
we know Archie is going to the army. Everybody else is going to college. Who's going to graduate?
I've just realized it's hysterical that I predicted Jughead would surf. He's going to fucking Iowa.
Oh, that is funny as hell.
Wait.
Yeah,
he's a wakeboarder. Sorry, I fixed it.
He's a wakeboarder. There he is.
He's going to be a surfer. He's going to have
it.
a little Keanu Reeves movie. What is that one?
Point Break.
Point Break, yeah. He's going to have a little Point Break action. He's going to go to University of Iowa and then become an FBI agent in California.
There we go.
Perfect.
Got it.
Why can't I think of the name of any movies today? What is wrong with my haunted brain?
But that's okay. So I think we can just... Oh, what's up?
I think Betty graduates. I think Jughead probably graduates. I don't think that Veronica graduates.
No, Veronica just learns business on the streets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Archie does not go to college. He is torpedoed, spends time in trenches, and then is a prisoner of war.
Yep. I guess what is Betty doing at Yale?
I mean, she's got to become listen, I don't want this to be true. She's got to become a fucking FBI person.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's got to become like a federal agent.
Yeah.
Yeah. ACAB also includes Betty.
Yep.
All
cops are Betty.
Our cops are Yeah, all cops are Betty.
ABAB.
ABAB.
all Bettys are bastards.
Yeah. Sorry if you're Elizabeth
this
watching
long,
this
but we
episode.
got the
listening
episode
to
title, gang. Hell yeah. All Bettys are bastards. What do we think happened? Okay, well, also, Cheryl stays in Riverdale and becomes the new maple syrup magnate.
Yes, and she just gets even weirder.
That we know.
She gets even weirder.
Right, because she's just living in a huge house with Nana Rose.
Doing maple. Straight maping it.
Oh, I don't know about that, Jim. I don't know. I don't know about the phrase "straight maping it." We're gonna have to take that under review.
We're gonna take that one to the board. They'll vote on it and get back to you.
Yeah, we're gonna
pretty much all of the adults are out.
Yeah,
I think we know Josie does come back in some sort of capacity, because this is after the Katie Keene series fizzles out.
Yeah. Wait, when does Sabrina come in? Is it between 4 and 5?
Sabrina happens during this season, I think.
During this season,
or maybe between 4 and 5. I think it's when they're still in high school, right?
We suck at this. There's always this question about like when Serena is. We never know. It's fine. But yeah. Are we all done with predictions?
Yeah, I was just going to ask, what like secondary characters do we think will still be around? Like Nana Rose for sure.
Nana Rose for sure.
Reg definitely.
Reg for sure.
Yeah. Do we think Sweat Pea in and out?
God, I hope.
Kevin's
gonna stay.
Kevin has to be around.
Kevin has to be around.
We know from Katie Keene that he goes to New York and tries to make it on Broadway and fails, and goes back to Riverdale to be like the drama teacher.
Oh, that's sad. That's really depressing.
Yeah,
well,
so,
I hate that.
I'm pretty sure that was what happened in Katie Keene. In his guest episode.
Wait, hold on. Do they just all come back to Riverdale and become teachers while they figure out the mystery?
That would keep the bumpers in the bowling alley at least half inflated?
Does Betty
that way
teach FBI? Is that what she teaches?
Betty teaches FBI. Archie teaches punch. Jughead teaches literature. Veronica teaches crime.
Cheryl comes in and runs a seminar on self-confidence.
There we go. She runs a seminar on the audacity of this bitch.
It's the most highly reviewed class in Riverdale High School history.
Oh yeah, for sure. But yeah, gang, I think we got all our bows tied in knots or whatever. So I think that's it, right? Did we miss anything?
God. Okay, fingers crossed that Ethel McGuggs is around.
Oh my God, McGuggs. We have to keep McGuggs in here. For sure.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Let me dream, Jim.
Oh, who else?
That's a tough call.
Do we think that, like, I don't know, Jellybean's going to come back older?
No, Jellybean and FP are in the warehouse.
Yeah.
Forever.
The problem is I guess she could. They just have to hire somebody else.
Yeah, they would. Damn.
Yeah, she's at that age where 5 years of aging is visible.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least she's supposed to be. I'm sure the actress is like 20 and done aging forever, but
yeah, but still. Well,
she's just a very small adult.
Yeah. Well, thanks for listening this week then, everybody. Hopefully this recap was enjoyable while we just sped through it. Apologies for that. But that's about it. Follow us on the internet. We're on Blue Sky and Twitter and Instagram. At Riverdale Runs on Blue Sky and Twitter, and Riverdale_runs on Instagram. And then we have an email. You can email us at arrtipod@gmail.com. It's ARRTIPOD. It's our initials. And then finally, our intro and outro song is Smooth Passenger by White Bones.
I can't
believe check that out.
You have to be at the airport in
you gotta
3
go.
Hours.
Yeah,
and I don't know that I'll be able to edit this.
I don't know that I'll be able to edit this episode, gang. This might have to wait till mid-November. Unless one of you wants to edit it.
I don't know how to do that or have the tools.
Yeah. So sorry, gang. But yeah. Anyway, have a great week. Find Joe where you can. Try and fake a murder, maybe, or don't, because it's pretty
definitely
hard.
Get out of your hometown.
See you soon, and we'll talk about.
Definitely get out of your hometown.
Talk about that punch trip.
And then, and then be kind and don't fuck in an army bus. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.